So in this video, we will see like how to create a Docker image of your application, and we're going to test that application. And based on that testing, we will see like how to generate a code coverage. So we're going to use this sample application that we see on the screen. So I'm just going to copy this and go back to this project and clone it. So let me zoom in and git clone and have it. So once a project has been cloned, so we need to go to that project. So that is Docker, and ls you can see that this is the project. So the next step would be to go ahead and install the Architracer runtime file for a Docker image. So it's a one-time job, so you need not to do. So if you have this project, obviously you need to go ahead and install this. So once this is done, the next step is to go ahead and enable the Architracer tool, or we can say that instrument the application. So we need to execute this command. So you can see that the project has been instrumented, and there is an internal command we need to execute so that properly this RK runtime file has been added to the project. So once you do that, so the next step would be to go ahead and build the application. Basically create a image, Docker image. So you can see that we have a Docker, and I'm going to just build it. This is the application name. So I've just taken the application name. You can give your own application name here. So it's going to take a couple of seconds more. Okay, now this is the build ID. The image ID. So I can also go ahead and execute this this one and have a look. Like you can see that this is the application name, and this is the one. So the next step would be to go ahead and test this one. So what we can do is we can go ahead and run this application. So the application name is this. Let me copy this, and then what I'll do is I'll just execute this, the image Docker. Okay, now I can see that the application is running in this port, and we can open one more terminal. Okay, so let me open one more terminal here, and then zoom in. So what we can do is we can find out the container ID to pull the code coverage. So let me go ahead and have this one. So if I just pull it out, you can see that this is the container ID. So we need to copy this, and then what we do is we are going to execute this and see like internally. Make sure that the project is able to generate the code coverage. So I can just go ahead and add this container ID here and execute. I can see that. So this is the application. Since we started this, so if you see RK, so basically what it does is every 20 seconds it's going to write the code coverage here, or let's say like if you want to send a signal and generate it. So let me go ahead and coverage, and if I do the ls, it's not there. So what I can do is first I need to find the PS ID of this one. By default always it will be 1. So let me do it once again. Okay, it's writing every 20 seconds. So now it is not there. So let me go ahead and execute this command. So the moment I execute this, now I can see that it's saving the code coverage data from the runtime application to this file. So how do we pull the code coverage from this? So there are two ways. The first method would be to use this kill switch and pull the code coverage. So this is the container ID. Then what we can do is either we can go into the application and do it, or what we can do is we can just execute this command. Basically we're going to send a signal here and save the code coverage. So once this is done, So what we can do is, as a next action plan, we need to um, go ahead and pull the code coverage. So for example, so this is where the application is. So I need to go to docker ls, and you can see that there is no code coverage here. Still the application is running. So what I can do is, I can still go inside it, and if config and get this IP address of this image, then I can go here, at 080. So you can see that we are able to run it. So once we do this, then I can either go ahead and exit this. And so how do we pull this code coverage? So the simple step would be to use this command, the following command, to pull the code coverage. That is, go to the project location. So basically this is the project location. You can see that there is no code coverage here. So what I need to do is, we are going to just give the container ID here, and path of this RK coverage for text file, and we're just going to copy this from the image. Okay, so let me go ahead and execute this. Now if I type S, you can see that the coverage file has been pulled from the image, a Docker image, to the machine, build machine. Now what we need to do is, we need to go ahead and execute the command RK results to generate the code coverage report. So this is the code coverage report.